Okay. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. Ursula, can you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First up on the agenda is the approval of the August 12th minutes. If you've had an opportunity to review those, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Ursula. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Will. Any questions, discussion, corrections? All right, seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is public comment. At this time, the board provides the opportunity for comment on public matters that are not on the main agenda. Members of the audience are encouraged to briefly address the trustees on issues that are not on the agenda. The chair of the board will seek comments from the audience on significant items as they occur. Public matters do not include any pending legal matters, private personnel issues, or private student issues. Please do not attempt to address such issues at this time or you'll be ruled out of order. Please note that each individual will be given 3 minutes for their public comment. Do we have public comment? Tanner, if you could just sit at that table over there, turn on the mic, you'll see the red come on and you'll be good to go.
Oh boy, it's gonna be close. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and board members. I request to be on the record and in the minutes. I am Tanner Smith. I reside at 223 Clothier Lane in Lakeside. I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of the parents of FHS volleyball athletes, both past and present, that these folks have been too afraid to speak out. And I was one of those parents that was afraid to speak out because of retaliation towards my children. And I'm here today before you because my child was cut from the volleyball team. And Mr. Chairman, I would let you use your discretion. I will only be speaking in broad terms. I will not be using any personal names. So use your discretion. I trust you'll do that just fine, Mr. Chairman. I would just like to preface everybody so we're all aware, 2018 was the last time that the Flathead volleyball team has ever been to the state championship. Since then, it's been 6 years and they've yet to return. The volleyball team is struggling. I just want to cap over some really quick things here. Some stuff that we as parents had seen and we were kind of uncomfortable with. After the following loss at the Crosstown game, the girls didn't practice, but instead they had a group team building exercise. And during that team building exercise, the kids were asked, what's the hardest thing you've ever been through in your life? So a lot of the parents were a little perturbed about that because we have not signed a consent form to have group counseling with their children. That was the first little red flag that came up. Obviously, you can see how that might be problematic, having group counseling sessions with our kids without our consent. November 7th, the first round of the AA volleyball playoffs, the coach lost herself after the game, crying uncontrollably. So the girls kind of had to consolidate as a team while the coach was being tended to by her underclassmen coaches. That was another red flag that we all thought was a little inappropriate, especially with the overall mental health of our children. In the interest of time, I would just like to read a letter real quick. And I give consent to have this letter read. This was written to my minor daughter from a coach and a personnel of Flathead High School. Addie, thank you so much for all your hard work this season. I am so grateful that you are on my team because of the attitude and the drive that you bring every day of a competition. You grew as an athlete, as a teammate, and as a person, which was fun to see. I really appreciate your willingness to have tough conversations with me. Always share what was on your mind. Always share what was on your mind. I feel like I can fully trust you and be honest with you. I feel like fully trust you'll be honest with me. And I want to help create a year of success for you and with you. We ain't done yet. Thank you. We ain't done yet. The sky's the limit, and I want to help out however I can to get you to your next dream of playing college volleyball. You have all the right tools. We will find the right place for you to call your own. Keep it up. I can't wait to see you and what you'll accomplish next. I'm so proud to be your coach. I'm out of time. Thank you for your time. Mr. Chairman, if we could ever have executive session, there's a lot more stuff that the parents would like to bring forward with regards to the flatted volleyball situation. So at your discretion, anytime on the agenda, and I'll follow the correct procedure policy-wise to do that. So I look forward to speaking to you all during executive session. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanner. Any other public comment? Lynn? Hey, Tanner, also, if you'd like to submit the letter to Sherry, she can enter that into the record as well. Thank you.
You go.
Go ahead and do it.
We can do it at the same time. Lynn Ryder, I'm the KEA president, and I'm in Evergreen, Montana, 117 Wagner Way. One of the first things I wanted to do was thank so many of you board members that attended our Welcome Back to School meeting. It's wonderful when our staff can match faces and names and really see your presence. So a big thank you, because I know it took a day out of your summer too. Here's a question that's come up to me and I don't know how to answer it. And I know this is not a Q&A session. So I'm just going to pose it and perhaps we can get the information out from the board. The question is about the levy that passed last spring. So the levy was based on mills, and we took the dollar amount that we needed and said, hey, this is the number of mills that we need to meet that dollar amount. Since the home appraisals have gone up so much, each mill is now worth more than it was last when the levy passed. So the question that I'm getting is the district going to reduce the mills and keep the dollar amount? Or are we going to use the higher valued mills and support the district needs? Out of my wheelhouse, they come to me because of my position, but it's really not information I have. But I think our community needs to know, especially since the appraisals came back so high. So, thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. We will work with staff and try and get you some answers.
I don't want to do something the wrong answer.
Right. So. Before we move on, or is there any other public comment? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off. Yep, go ahead. Just click that silver button at the bottom and get the mic on red. There you go.
Hi, I'm Misty Cradfield. I just came to support Tanner and Addie. My daughter also has played for Flathead for the last 4 years. And there's been previous, I should say, a lot of concerned parents, concerned kids, upset kids, based on the actions that the head coach has done over the past 4 years that I've witnessed. And it's really sad to watch these kids get so broken down by a coach that should be lifting them up. And so when I heard the news about Addie, I wanted to make sure, because I've been to the activities director and I've been to the head coach. My daughter and I both have multiple times. It just feels like we're not being heard. And so I just want to second kind of what their experience has been. And it's really hard for these girls who have put their heart and soul into this and have played since they were little to then be kind of beaten down and then, cut her senior year after you heard that letter. So I would just like to express my concern about this and that I support these girls and these parents. And I hope that something can be resolved from this. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. Any other public comment? Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Addison Smith. I also just wanted to speak on the volleyball matter as the fact that I was a sophomore playing JV, swinging varsity, and I played at divisionals. I played varsity all last year and was a starter. Okay, just stop, please. My volleyball's been my passion for my whole entire life. So getting cut down this year it hurts a lot, and it's also hard to understand because it shows that it's not skill based because I have been so put into the sport. And she even personally helped me email college coaches last year as a volleyball player. So you have to understand how painful this is and how dreadful it is because now I can't really go to college for it as she just helped me go there. So I just wanted to speak on that and say that I have been so a part of this program and I've done everything for this program as it running open gyms and just being completely involved with the freshmen. And I've been a big model of that program. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay. Seeing none, we're going to move on. I did forget one thing right at the very beginning. Superintendent Jensen addressed this a little bit at the opening meeting on Monday. We had two students tragically pass last weekend, and Wesley Simonson and Pearl Heil. I would like to just do a quick moment of silence for them. So. Thank you. Never a good way to start out the school year. So our thoughts and prayers are with those families. Next up is the Human Resource Personnel Report. Carrie, do you have anything to add to this, or is it just everything a matter of course?
No changes. Thanks.
Okay. If you've had an opportunity to review the personnel activity report, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Linda. Do we have a second?
Second.
I second.
Thank you, Carrie. Any questions, discussion? Go ahead.
I do. I was just curious, as far as vacancies, do we have any updates on any vacancies that we're needing filled at this point?
I can give a report on that next board meeting if you'd like. I can add to it.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, I think it's because we were tracking a lot of our maintenance and our custodial vacancies for the last couple of years that we'd have just an update on that, how filled we were on those because it was so difficult staffing. So I'm kind of curious if we're meeting that need or not. So,
Yeah. Certainly, I'll add it to the next board.
yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't have the exact numbers, but we have filled most of the custodial positions, but we have open grounds and maintenance 1 positions in the district. Those are our 2 areas where we have the most job openings.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Any further discussion? Any public comment on it? All right, seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the additional FTE requests, the KMS Life Skills SPED Para. Matt, are you taking that?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is a request to add a paraprofessional position to the middle school life skills program. we have life skills programs throughout the district, and we staff those according to a ratio that's dependent on the student enrollment. So we've seen an increase in enrollment, thus an increase in the need. How these positions are funded is through a tuition levy. The tuition levy is administered in the arrears, which means that whatever the total cost to run the program for this year, that's levied next year to keep it equal. So it will not impact the general fund budget, but it's based on the need, it's based on service hours. It does not get us to the full ratio of where we want to be with that program, but adding 2 positions is not something we're comfortable doing at this time, not because of salary or staffing or financial reasons, just because the program and the teachers running the program believe that they only need the 1 position. So I wanted to put that out there because there may be an additional request to get us up to that ratio in the future, but at this time we're just requesting the add of 1 position, not for financial reasons.
I move we approve up to 1 FTE based on actual student enrollment as presented.
Thank you, Jen. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Ursula. Any further questions for? Go ahead.
This I know is like not the easiest position to fill. Is there somebody that can get moved around to fill it, or will it just go up generally?
Yeah, you're right. Paraprofessional positions in general are tough to fill. Our life skills program are even tougher. I believe we have somebody for this position. Yep.
Any other questions? All right. Seeing none, is there any public comment on that? All right. Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the district-wide consent agenda. If you've had an opportunity to review that, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen.
I'll second.
Thank you, Linda. Any further discussion? All right. Seeing none, any public comment on it? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is trustee reports. Carrie, do you have a report?
I'll just briefly say how grateful I was to join the all-staff. I think it was just yesterday. It was really a pleasure to see all of the staff together. It was beautiful to see how moved really everybody was by Matt's speech, by all of the speakers, the students and the teachers, all that participated in sharing their stories, how much the staff supported and lifted each other up. That was beautiful. But really the most impressive thing was the graduate profile, the investment the district has in that. It's not just a paper exercise, that was obvious. And to drive based on PCBE, I hire, I interview people, I work with co-ops, interns, we're recruiting from the top universities around the country. And I don't see kids at that level with these skills. So to see that recognized here in Kalispell, Montana, not just a paper exercise, but really to see the district invested in that is so inspiring. And I just cannot wait to see more and learn more about this here. So thank you. Thank you for educating me and for inviting us to that event.
Well,
I also found the staff event to be very well done and very inspiring.
I will just echo that, but I also want to add, so I have a friend that moved to Iowa, and the Iowa school district rents out an arena and they invite the entire community to this back to school event. And just thinking in the future, you know, we talked about putting the little logo on the field. Like, what if we did something that Legends and really invited the community so they could see and hear everything that Kalispell School District is doing and that they're doing well. I think that would be something to think about in the future.
Thank you, Jennifer. Ursula?
Matt, your public speaking skills are amazing. You are an amazing speaker. You are eloquent. And after all of the superintendents I've been through, your ability to impart your knowledge of the PCBE program, I mean, half the time the superintendents will just say, here's what we're doing, go do it. But you are educating the people. You know this stuff besides being so involved in it and behind it. But your public speaking skills are amazing, and it just fills the room with all sorts of good stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have to say ditto. That's not even sufficient, but what Carrie, Will, Jennifer, and Linda just said is absolutely spot on. And it was really cool to see the presentation that was put together and just to feel the excitement in the room for both starting the school year again, as well as for what we're trying to do and how we're trying to help make our kids into young adults. So anyway, it's really cool. I also want to give a shout out to and I'm sorry, I'm pulling up a text because my husband sent me the photo. We were touring Hedges Elementary, dropping off our kids' stuff in their classrooms. And I looked out the window, but who do I see? Mr. Peter Facero shoveling bark mulch into the playground at Hedges. And so I want to give a special shout out to Pete and Mr. Dennehy, who was his comrade. And my husband went out there and grabbed a shovel and helped a little bit. But was it 14 yards of bark mulch or 28 or something? Four trucks. And they're big trucks. So anyway, I just got to say that everyone's working really hard to get everyone back to school. And aren't we all so excited? So that's all I got. Thanks.
Yeah, just great job on that, Matt. It's nice to get all the staff back together. I know there's some staff that don't like to get back together in those big groups, but there's a bunch that do, and just the information that's provided, and I think it's more efficient than what was happening in the past. And great job. And Linda, just so you know, I've been working with Matt all summer on his public speaking skills.
Clearly.
Just so you know. With that, I will turn it over to Matt.
Well, thank you all very much for those kind words. I get public speaking is not my favorite thing, so I get very nervous, and especially in messages where we're trying to communicate with our staff. There's the technical side of it, but also what's harder to convey is just the spirit that we want to come across. So my hope and prayer was that our staff would feel celebrated for the amazing work that they're doing, that they feel inspired to take some healthy risks, and then just to feel the support in our community. So it's been a long time, especially at the high school, where our teachers have been able to feel that. So yeah, and it was great to have we had some staff up there, had some great things to share. And then, when we have high school kids sharing, and that was my risk taking because I put them on the agenda, but I didn't ask them to share with me what they were going to share. They knocked it out of the park. They're great kids. And then we had some elementary kids that I just marvel at the idea of an elementary student getting on stage and speaking to 750 people, and they just did so well. So I'm super proud of our staff, super proud of our kids, and yeah, obviously very excited about what we're doing. And it's fun to celebrate the real work. It's not just checking boxes, and we've been able to share that out with other districts across the state. It's fun to lead this work. So, and I want to follow up on Jen's comment about Pete. So Pete has had double duty all summer. You guys know that we've been out without a facilities director since last December. So we've been tag teaming. I take the major projects and Pete takes the rest. And the rest, just to be brutally honest, the rest is a much longer list than my list. And then especially around summer, because that's when we really have to get things done around school. So Pete and John Weiser have just done an amazing job of doing their regular job, plus pulling double duty and taking care of all those details. That's actually where Pete is now, is he's finishing that. So he came to me and said, hey, I got some stuff to clean up because I can't miss the board meeting. I said, yes, go do your other job. But yeah, they're doing an outstanding job. The last update I have for you is at our previous board meeting, you guys approved up to 1 FTE for enrollment issues. We thought it was going to be a first grade position. We have not pulled the trigger on that position just because we're waiting to see actual enrollment. We still feel like we are inside the bounds with our current staff and our current ratios. Kindergarten numbers are a little lower this year than they've historically been, but we have added some of those more early literacy sections. So that makes sense that some of those 5-year-olds are qualifying and doing that. So otherwise, everything's going well with enrollment. Glad to be back. Just fun to see energy. I was talking to Scott, I have teachers pushing carts up and down the hall at 6 o'clock on Tuesday night, and they're smiling, and just suddenly we have an incredible staff that gives so much to our community.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Carrie, do you got anything? All right. Our next meetings, we have committee meetings, personnel, finance, September 5th, 9 o'clock in the district office basement. Tuesday, September 9th will be our next board meeting here in the library, and then on the 23rd as well. So just a heads up to you, Jen,
Yeah,
I very well may be out of town for the 9th.
okay.
So you may be running that meeting.
I'm getting called up to the big leagues?
You're getting called up.
Oh my gosh. Put me in,
Tapping
coach.
you in,
I'm ready.
tapping you in, so.
Personnel meeting was at 9, and that's, we can all attend that,
Yep.
can't we? And that's
Yep.
9 o'clock where?
In the district office basement
Okay,
on
okay.
September 5th.
Okay.
A week from Friday. Okay. And with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Ursula. Do we have a second? Thank you, Will. Will got it. Any public comment on adjournment? Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you to the public for coming and providing comment. Appreciate it.